don't know what's been going on with me lately, but for whatever reason, I have been craving vegetables. Doesn't matter what type of vegetable it is. It could be peppers, broccoli, cauliflower, mushrooms, spinach, string beans, collard greens. Ooh, the collard greens pony through it. Hallelujah. I don't need any sides, no potatoes, no rice. Sometimes I don't even want meat. Before anyone gets decided, I'm not a vegan, I'm not a vegetarian. It's nothing wrong with being vegan or vegetarian. But for Regina, bacon and steak is life. So it's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes I get in my kicks where all I want is a good bowl of veggies. And today, I want a snack. I'm hungry, but I'm not starving for something big and heavy. So today I'm gonna show you guys how I make fried cauliflower. Kind of think of it as chicken nuggets, but chicken nuggets without the chicken. So I'm gonna tell you the ingredients. Really simple, really easy. You do not need a lot. First, I have some flour. I have the spice I'm going to be using, House Blend by Teller Homemade. Get yours today. This is like our all-purpose spice. I have 2 eggs that I'm going to beat. I have some milk. And I have fresh cauliflower, and I'm going to dice it. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to add my spice to my eggs. The reason I add my spice to my eggs, and sometimes I'll add it to the milk too, is because you want the flavor to cook with the vegetables. Sometimes when you shake the seasoning on top of your food, sometimes it misses the mark. But if you add your seasoning to your batter, it's cooked with your food. So we're gonna beat this egg with the spice. I also put spice in some milk. Just stir that up a little bit. We're gonna open our cauliflower. You can use frozen cauliflower. I know someone's gonna ask. You can definitely use frozen cauliflower. The reason I typically don't buy frozen vegetables is because frozen vegetables has a lot of water in them. I'm assuming because vegetables already have a lot of water in them, but then when you freeze it, it adds more water, so when it thaws out, it's kind of watery. So sometimes using frozen vegetables can change the consistency of your grease that you're using. And so that's why I tend to use fresh. So while I'm preparing this cauliflower, we're gonna heat up our oil. So we got our oil heating. I'm gonna turn that up a little more, because you want your oil hot. So I'm gonna take my cauliflower, I'm gonna place it on my cutting board. Just cut it open. And when you open it, you see the flowers. You can just break them right off, like so. If you okay with a big piece like this, that's fine. That's fine. If you don't like it that big, just break it again. Or use your knife. Move this out the way. Use your knife and just cut it in half like so. And you're gonna continue to do this until you get the amount that you are satisfied with. This is going to be outside for dinner, so I'm going to cut this entire thing and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so now I have my system laid out. I have a empty bowl to put the cauliflower in after I batter it up. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take a piece of cauliflower. If you don't like to get dirty, just put some gloves on because this is messy. Your fingers is going to get messy. Don't be afraid of a mess. So you're going to take a piece of your cauliflower, you're going to dip it in your milk. And make sure your fingers is clean when you do this. After you dip it in your milk, dip it in your egg, wash, mix. That's how it should look after it comes out of the egg. Dip it in your flour. Like so. If you want it to be really crispy, what you're going to do is you're going to dip it in your milk again while the flour is on it. The egg wash again. Your flour mix. The same way you would do a piece of chicken. Put that in your bowl. Then you're going to repeat the steps. Milk, egg, flour. Repeat. Milk, egg, flour. Like I said before, it is a vegetarian option that you can do to make fried cauliflower without using egg or milk. And what I'll do is I'll link my favorite vegetarian or cauliflower recipe down below. And you're going to keep doing this until you are finished. Really easy, really simple. This is a great way if you have kids who don't like vegetables. This is a great way to trick them into liking vegetables. And the reason it's a great way to do that is because once they are fried, they look just like chicken nuggets. I promise you, they look just like chicken nuggets. Just pop them on a plate, maybe with their favorite dipping sauce. When my daughter was little, she used to love honey mustard. Put a little honey mustard on their plate. Give them this, honey. Sit them down in front of the TV. Let them watch TV or something. You ain't gonna hear a peep out of them. That's the thing about vegetables. It's not that kids don't like vegetables. It's that kids don't like things without flavor. It's the same way we were when we were kids. Because I can remember my mom would make some vegetables and I used to hate it. I'd be like, oh my God, what is this? And now that I'm an adult with a family of my own, I know one of the reasons that I hated the vegetables my mom used to cook, well, some of them, because her greens are amazing. But I used to hate broccoli. I didn't like Brussels sprouts. And the reason was because most of the time they were frozen. And frozen vegetables tend to taste more watery, more like water than they do the actual vegetable. So if I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys, it wasn't until I was an adult raising a family myself and trying to figure out ways to feed my family in a healthy way, while still being able to eat the things that we like, that I realized vegetables are actually pretty damn delicious. And that's actually how I started my business. My daughter has asthma, and she got to that phase where she was ready to play sports, and she was told that she couldn't play because of her asthma. And I'm that mom that feels like my child can do whatever he or she puts her mind to, and I'm not going to tell you no. So if this is what you want to do, we're going to do it. So I went against her doctor's wishes and I allowed her to play sports. I don't recommend anybody doing that because asthma is really serious. Two of my friends lost their children because of asthma. So I don't recommend anybody doing what I did, but I took a chance on it. I went on Google, I started researching, and I realized that a lot of processed food contributes to asthma as well as other diseases. And so what I did was I changed out eating habits, and when I changed out eating habits, guess what got better? Her asthma. So instead of buying canned goods that has a lot of preservatives, has a lot of salts, that has chemicals in it, you have to think about it. Vegetables grow out of dirt. So if vegetables grow out of dirt, how in the hell is it possible for a vegetable to be good in a can that's been on a shelf for months floating in water? It's a chemical in it. And my research showed that, so I changed her eating habits and it helped her. And after I stopped eating processed foods, I figured, well, if the foods wasn't good, the spices can't be good either. So let me change that. And that's what I did. So, yeah. And I meant to tell you guys, I also have some mushrooms that I'm going to fry as well. And you probably like mushrooms, fried mushrooms, sis, you crazy. Watch me. So, and this is how your hands will look when you're done. This is why I say it's messy. So if you don't want to be messy, go get you a glove. I'm going to turn them a little bit. That way each side gets brown. And just like that, we are done. We are finished, y'all. Super quick, super easy, super delicious. And as you can see, it looks just like chicken, y'all. It looks just like chicken. Tell me you wouldn't walk past this and think this was some nuggets or some chicken tenders. What? This is the perfect snack or meal to trick your child into liking vegetables. And I know it's going to be some extra righteous mama that's going to be thinking when she watching this video, Gina, girl, you shouldn't be lying to your kids. Gina, you shouldn't be telling your kids some fibs just to get them to eat. Girl, sit down. Shut up. Fat is best. And the best advice I ever received for being a mama is do what you got to do. And sometimes you got to tell a little lie here and there in order to get your kids to do the things that you want them to do. So we're going to go ahead and test this out. I recommend eating this with a dipping sauce. Maybe a honey mustard or a really good barbecue sauce. We probably sell the most delicious barbecue sauce you would ever taste. Make sure you log on to www.telahomemade.net for that. As for our sauces, in my opinion, our sauces are a little too spicy for children. But coming November 1st, I will be launching my sweet mustard barbecue sauce, and it is definitely kid friendly. And that's what we're gonna dip these in right now. So we're gonna take one of our fried cauliflower, dip that in that good old sweet barbecue sauce. This is good, y'all. The batter is perfect. The spices is the perfect amount. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna put this down so I can finish cooking. Until next time, bye guys.